Hey, what's up? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SimplyPodLogical, a simply nailogical podcast.
Hello.
Hello. Today's episode is brought to you by Cristine's birthday. To celebrate Cristine's birthday, Holo Taco came out with a birthday polish called Got Cake, ? It's available right now at holotaco.com. Most of them sold out on the first day or two, but we still should have some left. It's a unique blend of iridescent and hollow in the same polish. You can wear it on its own. It looks like icing on the cake, or you could wear it over black when you're going to the after party.
Oh, wow. Ben, where did you get this copy from? You read the website description.
I did, right before this.
Amazing plug.
Today's episode is also brought to you by Oats Overnight.
2 sponsors?
Mm-hmm. It's our favorite way of eating our oats in the morning. It's high in protein, gluten-free, low in sugar. Tastes great, and this might just be a coincidence, but they just came out with a birthday cake flavor.
Yeah, it's in October. They must have known. It must be because of me.
I think they're just inspired by you in all ways.
Obviously.
So if you're interested in trying that, go to oats.com/simply, and you can use code simply for 10% off. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you, sponsors. So, Cristine, how does it feel to be a 32-year-old lady?
Oh, I'm touched. I am blessed. I am honored to officially be in the 32-year-old lady club. Shout out to Jenna, who will always be the OG 32-year-old lady.
She'll always be
even though she's not technically 32 anymore, she'll still always be 32 in my mind.
Seriously, how was your birthday?
My birthday was really good, mostly because I didn't do much. So it was like every other year, quarantine or not, doesn't change anything. I spent the day at home with Ben and my cats. I painted my nails and got cake. And what did I do? Ben got me a birthday present. It's a massage table.
Yeah.
And then the Holo Taco team sent me a present, which is just a bunch of healthy snacks and a meditation guide or something. So I think everyone's trying to tell me something.
Everyone's trying to tell you something.
To relax.
It was a very 2020 birthday. We had a bit of a party where we ordered a bunch of tacos and then just had a few family members and very close people over Zoom. So
yeah.
That was a very 2020 kind of birthday, but low key, like you like it.
Yeah, it was great. Just what I wanted. Just, at home. Painted my nails. But thank you guys for all the birthday wishes and all the birthday memes and the edits, and there was e-cards and people putting together edits of my face and writing birthday all over it. It's really cute. Thank you guys. Yeah,
so to celebrate your birthday, what we thought we would do, and something we've seen some requests for in the past little while, is to do our birth charts, or natal charts, I think they're also called. And at the same time, we'll look at our horoscope, and then they have these things that tell two people if they're compatible based off their star signs and things like that.
Today we find out the truth, Ben.
That's it.
8 years in. Today's the day.
I think we should probably say right up front that we are not people who believe in or care about astrology, really. So if you're very much invested in that, maybe you don't want to watch this because we're just going to anger you.
I feel like if you're someone who's very invested in astrology, it might be painful to watch us read and try and interpret it, because up front, I have very, very little knowledge of this field and how to even interpret Mercury 7th house. I have no idea what any of this means, so I'm kind of learning.
The moon is in the hollow house and Mercury's in retrograde.
There's some hollows in this house.
I have no idea what any of this
No idea. So if it's something you believe in, that's totally cool. And for us, it's just kind of a source of entertainment that I thought we could have some fun with it today. But I really don't mean to insult anyone who believes in this stuff. That's fine. But please understand, this is just a lighthearted thing for me to do.
If you believe in astrology, I think you have to be able to laugh at yourself a little bit. And I think it's fine if we touched on this in your Libra nail. Didn't you do nail art based off my
horoscope
nails? Yeah. And we kind of touched on this. We know people who are into horoscopes and stuff, and I get it. If it's a fun thing, you want to open the paper in the morning and it says, today you're going to face a tough... It's like getting a fortune cookie or something, right?
No, but some people give a lot of meaning and thought to it as well. Like there are people who it helps set their good intentions for the day and they truly do take it to heart.
Oh, well, I find that kind of weird.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is we respect that some people choose to do that, just like if you have a religion that you follow, and that's fine because other people may choose to not do the same thing, and that's totally cool. So I'm just letting you know up front, I know very little about this, and that's why I'm not taking it seriously.
I don't think people really go through life being like, oh, my horoscope said this is how I'm going to go live my life.
I don't know.
That would freak me out. Like, what's it like if you're about to go see a doctor or like getting advice from a lawyer and they're like, oh, well, I read in my horoscope this, so this is my professional opinion. That would be terrifying.
Yeah, we could ask Dr. Mike. Dr. Mike, my horoscope says I'm in the red. Does that explain my eyelashes?
All right, enough of our general feelings. Let's look at Cristine's birth chart.
So first of all, when was I born and why does it matter?
So I think the premise of this is it's based off like where were the stars and planets at the moment of your birth. So we had to enter some information where you were born.
Did you have to call NASA and get that information, like where the stars were? Do they have documentation?
Yes, I called Mr. NASA and he told me where
wow,
Mercury
I'm
was.
Shocked.
But no, we had to put the exact, if you know the exact time you were born, you put that as well. Because apparently that matters.
Okay. So we've got my
this chart. So we're going to look at just, I think, what the sun and moon say about you at the time of your birth.
I hope good things.
Then we'll look at your like horoscope for right now. And then we'll do the same for me. And then we'll look at our compatibility.
Okay, so I'm up first. I was born on October 17th, 1988.
And the sun is in Libra. You were born in Libra season.
The sun is in me?
The sun is in Libra.
I'm a Libra. So what does that mean?
It means you were born.
The sun is in me? I'm so confused.
Okay. In Libra, natives are generally thought to be sociable, somewhat intellectual souls.
I mean, half of that's right.
Wrong already.
Incorrect.
They have the utmost innocent way about them that makes them very approachable. Generally quite eager to cooperate, Librans spend a lot of their time trying not to rock the boat.
I hate boats.
You don't like rocking the boat. You get seasick.
I get seasick, so
yeah, okay,
correct.
Good. There's one winner. Ding. In theory, Libras are peace-loving. In practice, they can quietly stir up all sorts of trouble with their ways.
I have a drama channel on the side. I just didn't tell you about it.
Oh, you're tea-spill, not me. Because Libra enjoys balance in their lives, they seek the middle ground. Not so much. In the process, they may end up trying to be everything to everyone. This is where their reputation for untruthfulness comes from.
Are you calling me a liar?
I would love a version of horoscopes and sites like this that were just like more comedic and didn't pull any punches. Like, oh, Libra, you're full of shit. Yeah. Your horoscope, you're going to step in dog poop today.
You're a lying hoe. Like, just be honest with me.
Generally, your untruths spring from a true desire for peace and fairness. Although they may not be comfortable with direct and malicious trickery, they feel totally justified when they lie in order to avoid making waves.
White lies.
Yeah. Do you think you're willing to lie to people?
Do I lie
to not
for the
rock
greater
the boat?
good? I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, like, I don't think of it as lying. I just think about it selective truth telling. Now I feel like reading these things almost makes me want to see what about myself I can explain to fit this definition. I'm like, I might do that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's
like I'm making myself amenable to this definition, which is not how you should go about this.
Well, no, I think that's what people do, whether they realize it or not. When you read your horoscope in the paper, they're generally written in a way that they can apply to everyone. Yeah. And then it's up to you to sort of invent the meaning of fitting your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What can result is quite a ruckus of your white lies, Cristine. People involved with Libras may crib about their lack of directness and their apparent inability to take a stand. I felt that in our politics podcast. You didn't want to take an opinion on anything. Librans are expert at avoiding being the one to blame. When confronted, they'll calmly and reasonably say, "What, me? No, I just want peace."
On the fence, middle ground, middle road.
Yeah, these are all expressions that we can safely associate with the Libra. Some more powerful signs may consider Libra a little on the weak side. This is all a matter of opinion, however.
It is. It's all a matter of opinion, Ben.
Without Libra, life simply wouldn't be fair.
Simply wouldn't be fair.
Oh
there you
God,
go.
The word simply was in there.
Yeah.
So the sun
what's next?
the sun is in the first house. I
Whose
think
house?
that's a new TikTok house
Harry,
that just
Harry
started.
Potter house?
And the moon is in Capricorn. What do we think that means?
Is Capricorn like the devil because they have horns? Oh no, it's another sign. I'm sorry to all the Capricorns.
Being useful and productive are basic needs for lunar Capricorns.
How does this apply to me?
That like your whole
I'm not a
being is
Capricorn,
defined
though.
as being, but your moon is in Capricorn. It's all about like where the planets and moons and stuff are in relation to.
Sorry, just pardon me for my complete ignorance. The Libra's moon is in another type of horoscope. No, another sign.
You are Libra because of where the
I am
sun.
I am Zebra.
Your birthday dictates that you are a Libra because
Yes.
the Earth relative to the sun, the star of our solar system, is in a certain position at the time of your birth.
So my moon is in the position of a Capricorn person.
So most people just think of their main sign because that's the sun relative to the Earth.
But you have to think of other
But
people.
the moon and all the other planets are in relation to Earth at the time of your birth or birthday
Wow,
as well.
so this is a lot of reading if we're going to go through every planet.
I think we're going to go through moon and probably just move on.
I can see how people invest a lot of time in this already.
Yeah, I mean, whatever helps you get through the day, right? So what does the moon say about you? Being useful and productive are your basic needs. Because they generally keep their emotions under check, moon in Capricorn people come across as competent people.
But they're not.
However, turbulent their emotions may be under the surface. Lunar Capricorns keep cool-headed and they come across as steady and reliable people. This position of the moon suggests a desire for clear boundaries and realistic goals. You are a realist.
I'm waiting for the but.
You don't take, you're not much for taking risks in life. Lunar Capricorns look for safety and security in most everything they do. Is that true? You're not a risk taker at all,
No,
right?
I hate gambling.
What's like the riskiest thing you've ever done? You ever gone like bungee jumping or anything?
No.
No, fuck that.
Never.
You gotta be nuts to do
I
something
went
like that.
ziplining once, but it seemed a lot safer than bungee jumping.
I think, yeah, that's fair. Where was that?
I don't remember. Like camp? I guess camp. Yeah, a long time ago.
Lunar Capricorns look for safety and security in most everything they do. Most of them respect authority and tradition.
Not really.
Yeah,
I am
you're
not
a
traditional.
traditional.
Fuck that shit.
Many are planning well ahead of the rest of us. You're 5 steps ahead. You likely won't have to remind them to protect their interests, plan for old age, or keep fallback money in their bank accounts. These things come naturally to them. That is true of you. I don't know if we touched on this in a...
I mean, it's just being responsible. You don't have to be a moon in Capricorn
But you
Libra.
are a responsible person. We haven't forgotten. We still are planning at some point to do that like financial planning podcast and bring some financial planner on. But you are someone who like absurdly from a young age was like very smart about, saving up money and stuff. And I blew it all when I was in high school and university.
Because my moon was in the 6th house in the Taurus.
Your moon was in the Holo house.
The Holo house.
You may have read that moon and Capricorn natives are a bit cold and calculating. This is the truest thing we read so far.
Only on gossip forums.
The fact is they are unlikely to be any less emotional than the other 11 sign positions of the moon. They simply aren't comfortable letting go when it comes to emotions. They keep their emotions under control. Wherever Capricorn is found in the chart, there is a desire for structure and control. Capricorn is the sign of organization and efficient management. So when the moon is found in the sign, the world of emotions are well managed and handled. I have no idea what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, okay. I think if we skip to the bottom, I see it says short description.
Oh.
Why didn't we just read that?
You are reserved and cautious.
Correct.
Attracted to politics.
No, not really.
Selective.
Yes.
Earthy.
Huh?
You smell like dirt. Success comes by means of other people
No.
who recognize her qualities. That's a pretty shitty thing to say.
Yeah, make your own success. What the
Yeah,
hell?
your success comes from all your hard work and dedication
I don't
and
know,
all your
but-
planning.
How about potential issues, material worries? I remember coming across this when I did the Libra horoscope nails. It said I
Yeah. was
was materialistic and would have objects like that I believe are of value, but it's really just vanity. And I like looked at my nail polish and I'm like, what? Saving far more than enjoying. I mean, that's true, but
That
that's
is
just
true of
being
you.
a responsible person, not a Libra in the Capricorn house.
Saving more, far more than enjoying. Restrictions does not get carried away by love.
You didn't carry me away.
I tried to pick you up and you wouldn't let me.
Okay, so...
Okay.
Like, wait, so this is just all a horoscope? Like, I already knew this.
No, this is all based on the exact position of your birth in the solar system.
So why does it sound exactly like the Libra horoscope?
Well, we're going to look at your horoscope now for today's date. That is, we're recording this on Sunday, October 18th, day after your birthday.
What's a Julian day? Julian.
I guess.
What did he have to do with this?
Yeah, this is Julian's calendar we're using. I don't totally know that.
You can't trust the Aries.
I think the calendar we use today is some sort of updated convention. They're trying to use something that is more accurate. I don't know. Someone down below will tell us what a Julian day is. But this is your short-term horoscope forecast, Cristine.
Based on the time of my birth. So not based on just all Libras?
Yeah, I think this is specific for you. The kind of Libra you are.
I'm just confused.
You're asking me a lot of questions for someone who knows nothing about astrology.
Sorry, let me just say then to our listeners that what we just read, although it was specifically for me and my time of birth, sounds pretty much the same as just any Libra horoscope that I've read. So
no, but
I'm not sold yet.
We didn't look at all the planets. People are going to freak out because we didn't go through all the planets. We just did sun and the moon.
Yeah, I was really interested in Mercury.
Do you want to look? Okay, you want to just look at Mercury?
Well, everyone says Mercury is in retrograde, so I kind of just want to know what that means. What does that mean?
Square between the moon and Mercury. Mercury represents communication, Cartesian, and logical spirit.
Simply now logical.
So your Mercury is in Libra, in the Mercury in 12. Mercury is in the 12th house.
Say Mercury 10 times fast.
You may have difficulty expressing yourself, especially when young.
I'm old now.
You don't talk much. She does not speak just for the sake of it, but when in the mood can talk a lot in a big burst of conversation. She may prefer to work in remote and quiet places. She is discreet and philosophical.
I hate working remotely. It sucks.
You are not very quick to speak or communicate, especially in childhood, as you need to develop a trust in your own abilities to express yourself. You make an excellent confidant. Do you think that's true? Can people confide in you, Cristine? Yeah. Okay. You are very discreet and secrets go into the vault.
Lock it up.
Lock. You might make matters too complex by overanalyzing motives or hunches and then have problems acting on your intuition as a result. You are very attracted to symbols, sentiment, imagery, and paradoxes.
So wait, it says earlier on that I don't talk much, but then later under trine between Mercury, Jupiter, it says she has the gift of gab.
Yeah, it kind of feels like you can just read out of this whatever you want.
So it just depends if I like Jupiter or the 12th house. And then I can decide which one suits me best.
All right, okay.
None of that explained Mercury in retrograde. What does that mean? Comment down below what Mercury in retrograde means.
I think it means you turn into a werewolf in the full moon. Let's look at your horoscope for today.
Today as in October.
Today is in October 18th, but I'm pretty sure it's short term. None of this means anything anyway.
Okay, well, I'm trying to take this seriously.
So there's a bit of a disclaimer here. Where is it?
What? Science
the
does not back it up?
The information given below is not valid in isolation. One must also take into account the signs of the zodiac and the houses where these aspects are found. The positions of the planets and their aspects in the natal chart must also be taken into account.
So you're going to do all that, right? You're going to control for everything?
The gift of foretelling by the stars requires a lot of work, but also a lot of tact and human feeling. Never make fatal predictions, as everyone can get things wrong.
We're going to die.
I think this is just like
a fatal prediction.
A legal disclaimer not to do anything crazy based off of this. Yeah. So positive short-term aspect, you are standing out and you are noticed. Be positive and proactive now. Subscribe
to this channel while I have your attention.
It's an excellent time for love and your social life.
I'm not going anywhere. They forgot that quarantine and social distancing, okay?
I don't think Venus knows that. If you haven't already met that special someone, you may meet your lover during this period.
Ooh. I'll be paying attention.
Didn't you just Skype with Dr. Mike? Otherwise, you are more attractive right now. I mean, that is true. You are more beautiful than ever, Cristine.
No.
Silence. You turn more heads than usual.
It's my nails.
Well, you've been working out a lot. See those posts on Snapchat. Gifts might come. It was just your birthday.
Well, duh.
It's generally a good time for making purchases. Cool.
That's almost the holidays.
There you go. Recognizing the value of things, seeing eye to eye with others, sharing, decorating, and artwork. It's a good time to do some nail art. I think that's what this is trying to say.
So wait, that was conjunction Venus?
So those are some of the positive aspects. Let's look at some things that are challenging in your future.
Great.
You may not be happy with yourself or content with your lot in life or your work at this time, bringing about the need for change. You could completely change your opinions, ideas, and tastes, but such a radical move may not be beneficial as its extremes can be disruptive.
I mean, that's true of anyone, I think.
Yeah, all of this is. Try not to go too far in your revolt against routine, habits, etc. If you're being unbearable, problems with friends and family can ensue.
Really?
When you're unbearable, people might get annoyed at that. The timing of this transit is highly dependent on an accurate birth time.
What transit? Where am I going?
Well, you're in 109 square Pluto ascendant.
Is that a mathematical calculation?
Let's look at Uranus. Your positive long-term
Excuse
aspect.
me, sir.
This
Management.
transit associates independence with imagination. It's time for a creative streak.
Time to do nail art.
It's time to do nail art. You are on a quest for novelty, originality, and innovation in your activities. And also some new nail art. Some nail art you haven't done before.
Oh my god.
All right, more challenges.
Wait. It says you are more sociable and meet new people during this time.
Yeah.
What do you want me to die? I think Uranus wants me to die.
Dissatisfaction with your current situation can dominate now.
What situation? What are they saying? I'm fine.
You can feel as if your life is in a state of flux. Definitely not. Every day just feels like the same.
Every day feels the same for 7 months. Please give me some flux.
All right, let's find one other thing that you can actually interpret. You need to express yourself authentically without limits and restrictions.
Sounds like what all YouTubers
Spoken
say.
like a true YouTuber. What do you think, Cristine? Do you feel like you can attack the day now? The next 2 weeks you have some clarity over how to approach things?
I think as long as I set my positive intentions in the 4th house of Jupiter, I'll be fine. What do you think?
Sure. I'm just gonna...
In the Holo house, in the TikTok house.
In the TikTok
Harry
house.
Potter, maybe.
Should we look at mine now?
Wait, does it say anything in mine about you?
Well, we're gonna get to the compatibility thing at the end.
Wait, so what do these symbols say? It says Cristine over them. Should I
So it just
print that out?
shows... We can show this on the screen for anyone watching this, but it charts out your birth relative to the signs and the moon and
Is
what
this
the
supposed
house
to be
you're
like
in.
a clock or a map?
It looks like some Illuminati.
Where's the treasure? Like, where's me? What's the you are here? What's the you are here?
Okay.
You are, where am I in
Let's
this
look
universe?
at my birth chart.
Ben,
So-
I'm a visual person. I missed that.
I was born in Ottawa, March 31st, 1988.
True.
Thank you for confirming that. I don't know the exact moment of my birth. Like, you knew the
Then
exact
this is
time.
going to be wrong.
I roughly know because I know I was born in the evening because I heard the story that my grandmother was praying that I wasn't born any later
Why?
because they were embarrassed that I might have been born on April Fool's.
So maybe you were, and it's all a cover up.
It's all No,
Your life
you don't
is
wanna
a
be
joke.
You don't want to be an April
Your life is a
Fool's,
joke.
baby. So I'm an Aries. I don't know.
That's obvious.
Is it obvious?
By your behavior.
I'm not acting all like
You are, though.
vegan cooking crazy guy
No, but
jumping on
you
counters.
have your honest Aries moments, like these bursts of Aries energy. People see it come through in this podcast and in my videos. You just come in all crazy.
Or am I just a person that sometimes is feeling up and sometimes feeling down?
No, I think it's your Aries, your Pluto Aries to be
I'm
specific.
glad you think that. So my sun is in Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and Aries natives are the first to start and the first to finish.
You always got to be first, don't you?
It's not always a good thing to finish first, right, Cristine? Aries is an active, energetic sign. People with the sun in Aries are direct, straightforward, and uncomplicated. I think they're calling me simple. They expect the same from others and are baffled when they don't always get it. The body comes first with Aries.
What does that mean?
Sun and Aries people are natural athletes.
Man, show us your moves.
At the very least, their natural inclination is to use their bodies to get things done.
It sounds more like me.
You don't think I'm a natural athlete?
No,
You're not an athlete at all.
No, but using your bodies to get things done reminds me of like weightlifting.
Okay. Actually, you know what I will add? Like, I think this is all goofy. I think that's probably pretty clear. No disrespect to people who like are interested in this, but obviously we don't believe there's anything to this. But I will say the time of your birth relative to when the school year starts is actually something that I think can determine how you are brought up in a way.
What?
Here, let me give you an example.
Why the time of your birth?
I think the athlete thing. Sorry,
sorry, you mean the time of year?
The time of year,
not the actual like
not the
7:42.
Actual
okay.
Because especially for athletes, like this is kind of intimating. Professional athletes are routinely people who were born in the earlier months, so they are older relative to their peer group, so they got to like dominate in sports relative to their peers.
That's why I was the worst in sports, because I have
a later birthday. So it actually in some ways helps to have an earlier birth date.
Yeah.
And I wonder to what degree just being older or younger relative to your grade in school can actually have a pretty significant impact on on your values or how you grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And same with whether or not you were an older sibling or a younger one. I think that totally shapes you too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Should we get back to my Aries?
Yeah. What does Aries have to say about that?
I enjoy a challenge. I'm okay without challenges. I'm happiest when my life is moving fast forward and active. There's a childlike quality to all Aries sun people, and it's often quite charming.
Is that like a nice way of saying immature?
Is my immaturity charming, Cristine? That's what drew you to me. I have a strong personality and an entrepreneurial spirit. Ambitious, self-willed, stubborn, obstinate, tenacious.
How does it know you're a male and that I was a female? Because it keeps saying he.
I put in that information.
Oh, I was going to say.
It knows. The stars know. Aries with ascendant Scorpio. I guess that's me.
Sounds poisonous.
I have a strong personality is on the secretive or private side. However, this may only be the image projected to others. In fact, this Aries is straightforward and more forthcoming than they first appear. Sometimes a prominent scar or a slightly severe look comes with this combination.
Do you have a scar?
I have a big scar on my forehead. We ever talked about this?
So do I.
We both do.
I'm an Aries.
Something weird about it. When I was like 5 years old, I used to spin around in circles really fast, get dizzy, and fall over.
Childlike.
That's a fun thing to do, right?
Childlike.
And I guess one time I did it, and I fell directly into the corner of a piano.
I fell directly into the corner of a dresser.
Oh, yeah? Did you need stitches?
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed stitches, too.
That's why we're meant to be.
And I remember they did a bad job of the stitches, which is why there's just this gap in my forehead. Like, they should, like, if someone had done a good job of stitching that wound, you wouldn't be able to see it today.
Now you have a character. Aries ascendant Scorpio.
And do I have a slightly severe look?
I mean, I crop your face out for the thumbnails, and I would say so.
Severe. Here, I'll give you some thumbnail heads right now.
Here, there you go.
You know what's funny? Before I knew I needed glasses, I guess my eyes have just slowly gotten worse over time. Mm-hmm. And it was just making me squint more. And I realized, like, people were telling me that, like, they thought I was, like, judging. Like, I was, like, just looking judgmental and angry. And I think for a long time, just the fact that I was always looking at people, like, squinting my eyes made people think I was just, like, looking disapprovingly at them.
Well, there's some people who just have a resting bitch face, right? I've been told that, too.
Am I one of those people?
I know what you mean about the squinting, but I've always done the same thing. And I remember one of my grandmothers used to say, stop doing that, or your frown is going to stick there forever. Because I'd look like this and furrow my brows.
Yeah.
And she was right. As you get older, you get wrinkles.
Yeah, she was right. Is there a male equivalent of resting bitch face? Or can men have resting bitch faces too?
You can still be a bitch. Yeah. Either way.
Okay, the sun is in the fifth house.
Tell me about your sun.
Let's look at the moon.
You have a sun? You didn't tell me
this.
Didn't
tell The moon represents emotional responses. I'm a lunar Virgo. I find security in the little things in life.
You're a Virgo? No, you're an Aries.
The moon is in Virgo.
This is what I don't understand.
Keep up. I feel the most content when I've straightened out all the details of everyday life. Many of them enjoy running errands,
that's right.
Paying bills,
go get me tea,
and balancing the books.
You're our tax man.
That's right. I take care of things I take care of these things happily, although some won't let on. In fact, many lunar Virgos are quite practiced at nagging and complaining. Do I complain a lot, Cristine?
No, I feel like that's me.
Some people with Virgo moons are accused of being underachievers.
I mean, I do tell you to get up earlier.
Well, like get out of bed in the morning?
Yeah. Like you slept until 11 today. I was like, get the hell out of bed.
I just couldn't get out. Like Menchie was there.
I know, it was so cold.
It was really cold. It's sweater weather. Some people with Virgo moons are accused of being underachievers. While it may be true that lunar Virgos can lack self-confidence, many are quite simply content with living regular, unassuming lives.
Well, that's not happening. Hello, internet fame to Simply Ben Logical.
I appreciate simplicity. I appreciate simply.
Simply
I
Nailogical.
appreciate simply Nailogical. I express my affection for people they care about in little but practical ways.
Massage table.
Was that a good gift?
That was an amazing gift.
I think the gift is mostly like some indication that
you're going
I will
to
learn how to give you massage.
Yeah, right, because we're not inviting strangers into our home.
No.
Just you.
Should I take a class? Can anyone recommend a good online class for learning?
Are there any good YouTube videos for how to give a relaxing massage?
Any registered massage therapists in the comments? Here's the short description. Very good memory. An elephant never forgets.
Yeah.
Scientific or medical studies preferred above all others.
You failed.
I'm humble and moderate.
I don't know. I feel like your personality test would say the opposite.
Calm and reserved. Emotional discipline. That is true. I feel like I'm very even keeled. I don't get too mad or anything like that.
He is willing to help, devoted and gentle. Oh, my prince.
Often lots of children.
Excuse me?
Nope.
Where? Where does it say that?
Under the moon's in 11.
No.
The moon's in the 11th house.
Well, we're going to stay in the 10th house.
Okay. The opposition between the moon and Mercury. Maybe this will help you understand Mercury.
I need to know about retrograde.
There's a conflict here between the head and the heart. Your emotions tell you one thing and your mind tells you something else. The result is a seesaw effect. Thank you for the analogy. You can be emotional to the point of irrationality at one moment. Didn't it just say I'm even keel?
And simply Nailogical to the next.
Okay, enough of the natal chart. I just want to see what's in my future here.
Yeah.
All right, Julian day 2459141.23.
What?
That's my Julian day.
What does that mean?
Hey, beep, 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 beep. Okay. No. The gift of foretelling, blah, blah, blah. Positive short-term aspect. You are likely to discover the truth of a matter or get to a better understanding of a situation. And it is to your advantage. You are persuasive or your ideas and outlook change for the better. Develop a strategy and be patient now. Sound plans can be made.
What situation do you want to get to the bottom of that you feel is unresolved?
The difference between glitter and mica.
No, we've resolved that one, I'm sure.
Here's a challenge. I can be nervous, have bad reflexes, clumsy during this phase. I'm going to spill your tea all over you.
Oh, we can't have that happen.
I might throw myself into action without thinking of the consequences. You need space and independence. You are inclined to rebel against authority.
I'm going to have to lock you in the 12th house.
Lock me in the spare bedroom. You might lead a more erratic life, eating and sleeping at any old time.
Eating and sleeping? Oh, no.
Did you catch me eating hummus in the middle of the night?
No, just sleeping.
I may be curt, have bursts of anger without your circle knowing what has happened to you.
Are you on your period? Because that's what happens to me.
Now I just have an excuse to be erratic.
There you go.
I might wear or do eccentric things, trying on new images. You could have some surprises or shocks as much at work as in your emotional life.
I'm going to paint your nails. I think that's what it's saying.
Well, this is a time for experimentation. Let's do it.
There you go. So, okay. So, anything about Mercury or
anything about Mercury? It's a busy time for new ideas. It's time to be imaginative.
Okay.
This is just like
good news. I
think I got a fortune cookie like that one time. Okay, I think we've done enough of this. I want to look at our compatibility. You okay with that?
Yes.
If it tells us that we're not compatible, I mean, are we just going to break up?
I think so.
Okay.
Like on this podcast.
Yeah. You could title it that too.
We broke up because of our birth times.
Yeah. My horoscope told me to break up with Ben. All right, compatibility.
Wait. What does
you
this
want to look at this chart?
mean? I'm most interested in the visuals. Like, what is going on here? Where is the legend?
Yeah,
Where's the legend for the symbol?
I
Scroll
think
up.
the Zodiac Killer was really into this.
Oh, it's not there.
No, there's a legend on a different page.
That's really helpful. Like, what?
Interplanetary aspects.
Interstellar is a good
Blah,
movie.
blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I liked it. Challenging aspect. There can be a strong attraction between the two, but in time, plenty of disagreements.
On this podcast.
Each person can find the other selfish at times, too demanding or too overbearing, regardless of their true natures.
Isn't that every relationship?
Yeah. Although they may feel like they belong together in some way,
They don't.
it can be a problematic union.
Oh!
Damn. Uh-oh.
Yo, that's harsh. Astrocafe.com or...
Codependency issues can most certainly arise.
I mean, that just happens when you live together and you're stuck together. Like in quarantine.
They undermine each other, but
What?
might stay with each other despite
That's
this.
so mean.
Things might go smoothly between them 2
Between
2 days a week. Nevertheless, this represents a powerful pull between the two, and with work and effort, a balancing act may be successful.
Only because I'm Libra.
Much depends on whether or not there are happier aspects in the rest of the analysis, whether this one is stimulating or aggravating.
We're going to have to plot it in a scatter plot and see
We're gonna have
what
to
the
analyze.
median line is.
Yeah, what does Mercury have to say?
Cristine, opposition, Ben, Sun, Mercury. I'm sorry, is that like a wish listing?
Here's a couple that may have frequent disputes as they may find it difficult to speak calmly. That is absolutely not true about us.
No.
We don't fight often.
We
and
don't
when
really
we do,
fight.
it's like bizarrely like you're such a problem solver that anytime we have arguments, it so quickly turns into like the logical, like just what do we do about this? When I think want to be a little bit more of the emotional venting person. They might too frequently adopt an aggressive, defensive, or offensive stance with one another.
No.
Conflict is caused if they both want to dominate the other. Whoa, it's a little kinky. Planetary aspect that does not augur well for a life together, as it can bring disappointment. However, it is frequently found in comparisons of long-term couples, so it is certainly manageable.
So they're saying it can be hard, but it's also possible.
Because it's Cristine Square, Ben, Moon, Saturn.
But like the issue I have with these is they bring up a lot of possibilities that may lead the couple to be like, yeah, that's us. We have issues. So if you want to break up, you could be like, this is why. See, this is why.
I really hope no one.
But if you
lives
want to
their
stay
life this
together,
way.
you read things like, it is manageable. You can make it work. And then you're like, oh, okay, it's fine.
Comment
So
down
you-
below if you've ever broken up with a romantic partner because of your horoscope.
I mean, I don't think most people would ever admit that, but it might give them what they just needed to hear from a third-party source.
Sure.
That
And you can
wasn't
get that
just them.
from anything. You're
From your
right.
friends,
Sometimes you just
yeah.
need something to wake you up.
If you're looking for an excuse, sure. I'm not looking for an excuse to break up.
I'm glad you clarified. Because Cristine conjunction Ben Moon is in Neptune, there's an almost magical bond will unite us.
Wait, so now it's good? Or
Yeah.
only Neptune thinks we're good?
Only Neptune. We're in perfect harmony. There's something more to this relationship.
We stand
It
Neptune.
inspires the imagination, and there's a magical feeling of acceptance. I accept you, Cristine. There's much devotion here. He will bring you the tea, especially on the part of the moon person.
That's not what it says.
I just added that. Spiritual tenderness and romantic warmth between them. Their relationship encourages imagination in both people.
There are those accounts of us on Wattpad.
What?
Or that website where people write stories about our
There's
relationship.
fan fiction
So
about
our
it
relationship encourages imagination
in other
others.
people.
Other people.
I think this means in each other.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I read something else.
But Uranus might make each other impatient and easily frustrated in each other.
Well, it's not my favorite planet.
The sexual attraction is unique and powerful at first, seeming to arise suddenly and unexpectedly. However, it is a temperamental attraction and can leave just as suddenly, erratic responses to each other.
That's not a full sentence. Erratic responses to each other. Period.
It can be challenging for such a union to run smoothly, and if it progresses, it could easily become unbearable. Let me know if our relationship ever becomes unbearable for you, Cristine.
So who are we supposed to trust? Neptune, Saturn, Mars, Uranus? Like, which one matters?
None.
No, but I'm serious. For people who
Who
ascribe
believe
to
in
this, How do you know which planet is telling the truth? Or do you just pick a favorite?
Or does it change throughout the year? Or is it like choose your own adventure?
You can
You
choose
just
which
basically
planet.
pick what
Which
you want.
planet do you want to live on?
I'm sure there's like a much more detailed way of looking at this. Is this insensitive, this whole podcast?
I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't want to insult people, but I'm also just genuinely like, what the fuck? Like, which planet? Like, they say contradicting things. What am I supposed to look at as, you know, the interpretation of our lives?
Yeah, it really just seems like you can draw whatever meaning you want from this. I think that's the major criticism of astrology. Mm-hmm. And again, I think just to reiterate, like, if you get something out of it, cool, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you for it. But if you actually live your life dictated by things like this, I think you should maybe reconsider.
So this is compatibility. Does it say anything about like marriage or kids? Just out of curiosity.
And should we have children?
Or child?
Nothing about kid. Nothing about children, child,
Marriage?
kids. They should not have kids. I'm just making that up.
They
should not get married or have children.
Like, do they
No.
tell people? No, they don't say any of that.
All right. I think we've exhausted this.
That's it?
That's it.
I still want to know what the picture means.
Okay. We'll do some research after. How about that?
So, what we read of you for the Aries born at whatever time you put in, did you feel like that was a reflection of any horoscope that you've read of yourself?
Of any horoscope or of my
like
actual...
any Aries horoscope at any time.
I haven't read horoscopes. I'm not a
What?
horoscope reader.
But like at some point in your life, you read what is an Aries qualities, right? Like crazy all over the place.
I don't know. I
Like
used to read
to
like
drink
this.
water.
There's a local paper like Ottawa Express, and it had a column in it called Savage Love. I used to read that, not the horoscope.
Okay, well, where I was going with this was the birth chart for me with my time of birth just sounded like every other description of a Libra that I've ever read. So I don't really know why giving my time of birth adds
Matter.
anything of extra value, especially when all the planets have a different story to tell.
Yeah, I guess I haven't read enough horoscopes to know that, but I think the birth charts, same as horoscopes, it's a lot of, you give it meaning based on where you are in life. Mm-hmm. And it's written in a way that you can find meaning in it if you are looking for it. It's kind of like religion.
Sure. I think when I've heard of like reading your birth chart, I thought it was a much more visual experience. Like I thought it was a mapping of things.
Well, they have mapped us here. I think we just
don't know
have
what it
no
means.
idea what to make
Like,
of it.
where do they teach this? Not in school, right? Where? No, I'm serious. Like, where do you learn this stuff? Like, how do you read this map? What are these symbols?
I don't know what to tell you.
Where am I?
Where are you?
We're
We're at home,
Wait,
Cristine.
I see
We're
a
not
little
allowed
X.
to leave the house.
I see an X at the top left.
No, you're in the middle of, that's the moon. You're in the hollow house.
Oh, I'm in the middle?
You're in the hollow house. That's where you are.
Okay, yes, the hollow house.
Apologies to Nicole Concilio. We were going to have her on today to talk about crystals, but we ran out of time. But hopefully we can get her on another time. Do you believe in crystals, Cristine?
If like
I mean,
nail polish?
they exist. Do you believe that crystals can bring a positive energy into your life?
I believe that if you willfully want positive energy in your life, you will be able to get it.
Placebo effect.
That's not the way I would have put it. But, I think you can will a lot of things in terms of emotions into your life. You can't just will, like, fortunes into your life, but you can will how you're feeling, I think.
I mean, if you're in a certain... That's kind of like, what was that book that Oprah made famous? Like The Secret? And it got really big for a while, this idea of, like, positive thinking gets, like... breed success. All you have to do is think positively,
The
and you'll
law
end up
of affirmation.
something like that.
Yeah, I think Casey Neistat has talked about that too. Like, if you just tell yourself that some major success is going to happen to you, that it will happen to you. That's kind of the thinking.
Yeah, and I think there is something to that. That if you have a positive mindset, you are more likely to be successful. Mm-hmm. But it also depends on like you already being in a somewhat privileged position. Because I think it's like the most insulting thing to just tell people who are like living in poverty that all you have to do is like positive
dream.
affirmation. Just think
Just
positively
dream
and you'll be
make
fine.
it. And I find, it's really shitty to hear that from a person has made it so far, and then they just tell you, yeah, no big deal. You can be exactly like me if you just believe in yourself. Because I don't think that is anywhere close to the truth for the majority of people. So I think it's reckless. But that's just me, in my opinion.
All right, last thing in your horoscope, it says you're going to eat some overnight oats and paint your nails. So I think we're going to go do that now.
Tonight?
Right now.
Or all week? Or for the rest of the however long I'm in the 12th house of Venus.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I hope the stars are in your favor. I hope your 5th house of Mercury is in retrograde and everything's going to be okay. Just leave your crystals out in the full moonlight to bring some positive energy into your home. And if there's bad energy in your home,
What do you do?
You flush the toilet and it sucks the bad energy down into the pipes and out of your house.
Is that how it works?
That's what I heard. That's what my teacher taught me.
I can't even deal with
My spiritual guru.
Just blame all of Ben's, behavior on him being an Aries. I think that's what we have to do. If you think Ben is rude or judgmental or, treats other people like their thoughts and opinions are inferior to his, just know that he's an Aries in the 5th house of Mercury.
That's right. It's not my fault. It's just where I was born in relation to the stars.
You can't help it, actually.
That's an amazing way to go through life. Oh, I'm a crazy, erratic person. It's just because I'm an Aries. Don't worry about it, guys.
I mean, if you say that and then justify it by where stars are aligned, then people believe you that you are a crazy, erratic person.
Well, do you believe in free will?
What do you mean? That's not just a simple question.
Do you believe we have free will? I know it's not a simple question.
It's a trick question.
Because I'm a materialist. Like I don't believe in like a soul or any religion or anything like that. But if we're all just purely physical beings and our brains and the decisions we make are just the product of chemical reactions and biological processes.
I don't believe in fate, if that's the other answer you're looking for. I don't think that we have destinies that we're all ultimately going to fulfill and they're predetermined. I don't believe that.
But if there is nothing of like a soul or anything, and we're just the product of decisions of our brain, and our brain is just matter reacting a certain way, does that mean we're just the product of these decisions that are sort of out of our control? In which case, we do sort of have a fate. And our fate is...
but we can't predict them.
Our body is a cage, and we are a slave to...
Okay, you're going off on another weird tangent.
Maybe scientists one day will be able to tell your future because we can tell your brain's going to make a bunch of decisions like this.
I don't think they're there yet. No one can predict what decisions your brain is making, especially yours these days.
Well, by that time, we'll all just be plugged into computers anyway.
In the Matrix.
Yeah. Or in the Facebook Oculus zone or something.
Jesus Christ.
We'll all willingly participate in this rather than being enslaved by machines, I think.
I mean, we willingly participate to uploading our lives onto YouTube already.
Yeah. No, I think a vision of a dystopian future, I think is much more. It's much more likely that we are active participants in it. Like people talk about like 1984 as like the seminal dystopian book about a government that tells you the right ways to think and, creates a new version of truth. But there's another book around the same time, Brave New World, is kind of often they're compared to each other. And in that book, people willingly participate in the society where they've given up their autonomy in a lot of ways, right? And I think that's a future that's more likely for us, that we'll just willingly plug into a computer to live a better life where I can date Scarlett Johansson and drive race cars in my head rather than living my sad real life meat bag existence. I wouldn't log into the computer,
I don't know,
sweetie.
I'm just glad I'll be dead by then, so I don't really care.
Yeah, but maybe you can upload your consciousness to a machine. Would you do it?
No.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
All right, let's wrap this.
What have we done?
All right, everybody, keep on rocking out there in the free world.
Happy Taco Tuesday.
Is it Libra season?
Back.
It's Libra
season. Happy Libra season.
Yeah.
Find your balance. Paint your nails. And don't be in retrograde, I think, is the story.
All right, let's end this. We'll
All right,
see y'all
everybody.
later.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see y'all later. Bye.